Good night. Hey everyone doing tonight. God is good and God is good all the time. My name is Erma J, a spiritual divine, and I'm also the creator of the world. And I'm here to give you some short news on today, and some of it is update, but it was brought to my attention, and most of this stuff gonna be updated at least once a week, because all these gun violence have to stop, so some of the stuff will be updated once a week, so first I'm gonna start with a couple. Now the couple had did a fundraiser, for the baby formula products. They got so frustrated with these parents don't have no milk and formula, and the stuff is not hit to the shelf to the stores yet. So they came up with an idea to have a fundraiser for this baby formula. So I think that was a good thing, and that was so amazing for them to come up with something like that, and it went nationwide. So they raised thousands of dollars um, for for the baby formula. To local shelter. They went to the shelters where anybody had infants, babies at the shelter. It went there. So I imagine all the moms. I can't imagine all the moms. They may all be overwhelmed. Wondering how they're gonna feed their babies. Be lucky they got so many people out in the world that care and coming forward to try to help. Now it's amazing that so many people come forward, donating. They raise thousands of dollars, a formula product for all these moms. So most of the baby formula came from a different company, from other countries and stuff like that, and they shipped it down. That's why they said their fundraiser had went nationwide. So the baby formula shortage had hit crisis. All this parent panic, anybody are panic. You got a small baby. It's all across the United States. You got a small baby and you don't have no formula on the shelf. You like, what you gonna do? No milk at the stores. So many babies getting sick. A couple of babies died. Imagine to be in these mom shoes. So I pray that this crisis come to an end for this baby formula, for formula to be on the shelf real soon. So that was the baby formula. We're gonna keep praying for this formula to come out real soon. We know they're still working on it. You know, so now we're talking about the shooting. Oh Lord, all this shooting. Enough is enough. You know, now now we have these parents, we have this family. They have to protest to get justice. Because um with the school, with the school with all the 19 children got killed. That is a horrible thing. And we all most of us have kids. So we have passion of what had just happened. So the name of that thing, March for Our Lives. So they protesting. They protesting right in Washington D.C. So they want the Congress to do its job. To protest for their children for the gun violence. You know, so they want the government to stop the kids from being killed and slaughtered. So we cannot avoid the crisis of guns violence in America. So that's what these parents say. It feel like they feel like they don't have passion of what just happened and just brushing it off. So we gonna have passion. For these kids that got killed. We cannot avoid the crisis of this violence in this American world. Not just at that school. It's everywhere. Yeah, these kids got killed at this school. Then turn around after that, 31 people got killed, sitting in the church. They just had a graduation, got, shooting at the graduation with an elder lady that's 80 years old got killed. So the demon they protest, March for Our Lives. They had spoken. They had speakers after speaker in Washington D.C. Senators act or face of being voted out. No, they're saying that they don't do their job. They want them to be voted out. You know, they want to have some kind of care, some kind of concern for their kids that had got killed, in their school. So we have to be passionate of what had happened, at that school with these kids. 19 kids got killed, 2 teachers got killed. So anywhere else they have shooting, we have to be passionate of what's going on in this world. It's just too much violence. Kids are getting killed. Parents and everywhere else. It's coming together protesting. They're protesting for justice. You know, we have. I mean, we can't imagine to be in their shoes, to drop your kids off, not knowing, oh my God, not knowing that that'll be the last time you see your child. Thinking that your child will be safe in the school. It's not the school fault. It's the person that disturbed, that went there and did the shooting. You know, So enough is enough of the violence. Shooting in the school, churches, graduation. It's just shooting everywhere you go. And all this shooting really have to stop. So that's why I took it on myself to try to toughen up the roots. Weeks ago, I came out with school safety. And I also came with procedures for the guns and rifles. If we toughen up these rules and these laws, it won't be so easy for them to have to keep buying all these guns like this. It's just too easy for somebody 18 years old just go in the store and purchase a gun. So we have to toughen up these rules and make it hard for them to purchase a gun. And if we toughen up these laws, these rules, and make it hard for them to purchase a gun, we can slow down the process of them buying guns and take it off the street. So I also spoke weeks ago, like I told you, I spoke weeks ago of school safety. I had spoke on it, I think, right the same week before all this here had happened. And if all the school followed these procedures, so it won't happen again. We don't want it to happen again. But to be safe, to have an security inside the school to monitor, make rounds, and have our own security outside. So anybody that try to enter the school, they have to enter two security guards to enter, and they have to have a good reason why they need to enter into that school. And I also came with rules to purchase guns and rifles. I understand the age is 21 years old. But we need to toughen up these rules here. And I push the age up to 25 years of age. Toughen these rules up. Not make it so easy for them to just run up there and just constantly keep on person's guns like this here. And rifles, he was 18 years old with a rifle. That's too young. 21 is too young. That's why I boosted up to 25. Not two. They have to have legal permit, papers, and the name have to match up the same on their driver's license. So if they ever get stopped with a gun or rifle, and they have permit papers, and if somebody else's name on it's not matching up their driver's license, the police have the right to take it, because we trying to take these guns off the street. We trying to take these guns off the street, so your permit and driving license have to match. And if you don't have your permit papers with you and no driving license, you and the gun gonna be taken. Because we trying to take these guns off the street and trying to toughen up these rules. And 3, we also gonna start doing a background check. So when you purchase a gun, 9 out of 10, you're not gonna have that gun the same day. Cause background check gonna take probably 3 or 4 days. We gotta make sure you're in a stable mind set to even purchase a gun. So we need to follow all the stores, all the pawn shops need to follow these rules, to toughen up these rules, not make it so easy for them to just walk up in the store and just purchase a gun. You know, it have to be toughened up. And if the police stop these people with guns and rifles without the proper permit and the same name that match on the driver license, you know, they have the right to take it. Because we trying to take these guns off the street. You know, so all this shooting led to these parents and family to be protesting, you know, trying to protest to get justice, you know, because it seems like, you know, they seem like nobody don't have passion or that their kids had just got killed. You know, just got killed, you know, so they like tossing on the side, you know, so they're trying to get justice, you know, for their kids to be safe in school, you know, because they feel like they don't even want their child in the school no more because their child not safe, you know. So follow these safety rules with the security guards and stuff like that, you know, because they protesting now, you know, for justice. You know, their kids got killed, and they're like, they want somebody to do something about it. Do something about the shooting, the violence, and that is entering inside the school. You know, so I'm trying slowly but surely, you know, trying to get these guns off the street, toughen up these rules where they get stopped. You know, they don't have the proper procedures that I just announced that their gun will be taken away by the police. You know, so everything has to match up. You know, you have to be a certain age now, doing background check and everything else. We toughen everything up. You know, because we're trying to take all this gun violence and all these rifles and all that kind of stuff off the street. You know, because too many youngsters just walking in, pushing the gun and walking back out. So it's not going to be that easy no more. You know, that background check. You know, 25 years old. You know, because we have to stop all this gun violence. There's too many guns on the street, and you're going into the school shooting children. You know, and I think that is, you know, I think that is sick. You know, shooting kids, killing kids. You know, kids are so innocent these days. You ain't kill you know, grown people. You kill children. You know, even the teenagers there, they're still children. You know, so that's all the show news I have for you today. You know, we talk about this couple had raised up some money to help get formula for a lot of parents that was at shelters and stuff like that. And I just talk about these guns that the parents took, you know, taken to the next level, protesting for justice. You know, because they feel like ain't nothing being done about their kids that had been killed at their school. You know, and I came up with safety rules for the school. Came up with safety procedures for purchase guns and rifles, and you know, so everybody followed these rules and these rules and these procedures. You know, we should try to help prevent it happen again. You know, and trying to slowly but surely take these guns off the street, trying to toughen the rules up. You know, not 21 years old. That's too young. 25 years old. You have to toughen it up. You know, background check. You know, we got to make it so hard for them where they'll be like, I ain't going through all the trouble to try to purchase a gun, and they'll leave it alone. You know, so that's all the show news I have for y'all today. Y'all have a blessed night, and I'll see y'all on the next video.